In this video, I'll be showing you how I make a homemade chili sauce out of a bowl of Bishop's Crown chilies that I picked from my garden recently. Crush up about 6 to 8 cloves of garlic, then put some kitchen gloves on to protect your hands and make sure that you don't rub your eyes and get chili in your eyes later. Cut the chilies in half and remove the seeds and stalks, and just keep the cheeks. Continue going until you have no more chilies in the bowl and a pot full of sliced, cleaned up chilies. I don't actually have a recipe for this, and I kind of make it up. I probably should have weighed the chilies so that I have some idea of quantities, but hopefully you can gauge from the amount of chilies there. I ended up using 1.5 cups of vinegar, a teaspoon of paprika, 2 teaspoons of salt, and at the end of it, which isn't shown either, I ended up adding half a teaspoon of xanthan gum to thicken it up, which was about 1/4 teaspoon too much. I should have only added 1/4 teaspoon. It just ended up making pouring the chili sauce into jars, especially, or into bottles, especially those with small lids, very difficult. So in goes the paprika, in goes the vinegar, and then I also added another 1/2 cup of water, so it was 2 cups of liquid to the chilies. And then get a teaspoon to measure the salt and add 2 teaspoons of salt. Onto the stove at medium-high heat, then cook for 5 to 10 minutes or until the chilies have sort of settled down and start to look soft. Then using a stick blender, finally blend the chilies up, and I added the xanthan gum after this. Should have added only that 1/4 teaspoon. Once that's all blended up, transfer into some bottles that you've sterilized with boiling water for storage. You can see that the bottle on the end that didn't have much in it, I tried to pour into, but it kept spilling out the side because the sauce was too thick, so I put the remainder in a jar.